Is the union still alive? Does it still exist?
The union has not gone anywhere. The union is here, we're alive. The federal agency, they do not give training. They just give you a piece of paper. It gave myself a year, and then I went back and did it, and then I was approved.
Either you are retired, a pre-retiree, or a new employee. Very important for you to attend this workshop.
You cannot wait till later, because later may just be too late.
All right, so today we have with us Mrs. Chevelle Beasley. Mrs. Beasley, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Some time out of your super busy schedule to be with us and do this interview. All right, Ms. Beasley, tell me a little bit about your road into becoming president of this union. How did you get here?
Yeah, well, how I got here is I was voluntold.
Voluntold?
I was voluntold. I was scared to represent employees because I didn't know. But then when I got into it, I knew that this was the right place for me to be. It became a part of my ministry because now I wanted to be the voice for those that did not have a voice, okay? The ones that are scared to stand up, I wanted to be their voice. But in the process, and as I journey, I'm learning that now I'm training them to have their own voice, right? So that they can speak up for themselves. Okay, they don't need the union there all the time. I'm training them to speak up for themselves based on what the law states, what statute states, what the rule states, you know, so that they can be able to speak up for themselves. That way they have a voice, you know, at the table. And then what I want to leave, if I ever leave here legacy-wise, I want to leave where everybody are not afraid to speak up for themselves, who not afraid to fight for what is right. That is what I want to leave behind for employees.
That is awesome, Mrs. Beasley. I mean, again, this is something that we do on the regular, and we hear a lot of stories. And it amazes me the road that a person has to take, right?
Yes.
And you telling me you were voluntold.
I was voluntold.
Explain a little bit about that. You started as a regular employee, you came up through the ranks.
I was a regular employee, and I was in my office, and a young man by the name of Mr. A.C. Walker Jr. came in my office, didn't know who he was. He said, "I'm looking for you." I said, "You looking for me?" He said, "Yeah, I'm looking for you." He said, "I heard that you're very, courageous, and I need you on the team."
So he noticed the quality in you.
He knew the quality in me. He has been seeing me around. So when he asked me, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Then at the time, he had the national vice president, which was Everett Kelly at the time, for District 5 on the phone with me and asked me would I at least try. So I was like, yeah, I'll try. And I'm telling you, been doing it ever since 2008. I started off as a steward, then I moved up to appointed executive vice president, and now I'm the president. So I've been in the trenches since 2008, representing employees.
And you've seen the upcoming and people coming and leaving, and you've seen the struggles that the union has gone through since 2008.
Yes, we have went through a lot of struggles. Furlough, employees constantly getting furloughed, government shutdown. But each time that we was under furlough or government shutdown, AFGE always had a voice. So even though they was furloughed, when the furlough was lifted, the employees still end up getting paid.
Wow.
So AFGE has always been fighting.
Wow.
Always fighting.
And in between, since 2008, what can you say in regards to employees' knowledge in regards to all their benefits? What can you say? Do you see a lot of them that know pretty much what they have, what they don't have, how they can structure everything? How do you see that education since you've been in the union?
Well, since I've been in the union and been a federal employees don't give us a lot of training on that. They don't give us a lot of training on retirements. They don't give us a lot of training on FMLA. They don't give us a lot of training on workman comp. They just give you a piece of paper.
Wow.
and tell you to have this filled out. So a lot of employees don't get that training, and that's why I'm trying to bring something different where our members can get the training that they need that they're not getting from the agency so that they can better prepare themselves. So that's why it's very, very vital that they attend these workshops. With everything that is going on, you never know. Some may want to retire out early. Some may say, hey, you know what? I got these disabilities. I get a lot of questions about disability. How can I file for medical disability? What I need to do? This is the workshop you need to attend. You will get all your answers asked, you know what I'm saying? And you will get an understanding of the process as well. But for the federal agency, they do not give training. They do not give training. But AFGE trains their stewards and their officers. They have a whole lot of training online that we can attend. They have some that are webinars. So they make sure that we are very knowledgeable in assisting our employees and members.
So you would say that's kind of like a motivation for you,
yes,
right? Keep going and at the time of you saying, hey, I'm gonna hang up the gloves, I'm not doing this anymore, at least you know that you're leaving a legacy.
I'm leaving a legacy. I'm leaving a legacy.
Those to union members and those that are non-members, by being part of the union, will be able to access.
We'll be able to access it. Yes, they will.
Perfect.
They will.
Perfect. So again, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Chevelle. I mean, I look forward to all these workshops that we're going to be doing in the near future and being able to help your union grow, but grow with knowledge. Yeah, not only have the fight that you will be doing and fighting for them, but also they will have educational tools so they can retire comfortably. We've been receiving a lot of feedback of people saying and asking if the union still exists with all the noise that the government is doing. And Mrs. Beasley is taking the reins and implementing more tools to all their union members, because the union is not just for a fight. Now the union is going to bring in tools. It's going to be helping you structure your retirement. Possibly, your numbers. You'll be able to have everything that you need to structure correctly. We are going to be implementing virtual assistants where you're going to have access to information 24/7. Virtual offices that you're going to be able to talk to somebody from Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. And the new people, you're going to have tools where you're going to be able to build up that TSP to $1 million by the time you retire. But very important for you to register to these workshops that Mrs. Beasley is going to be bringing in the coming dates. And Mrs. Beasley, I know we have a couple of more questions that we're going to ask you. And one of the most important questions of them all is the union still alive? Does it still exist?
That's a good question. That's a very good question, because the union has not gone anywhere. The union is here. We're alive. We are still representing our employees under the administrative DOD grievance procedure. We're still representing and assisting our employees with MSPB, Merit System Protection Board cases, for those that have adverse actions of 14 days of suspensions or more, demotions, terminations. We're also filing claims and representing employees with the Office of Special Counsel for prohibited personnel practices, for abuse of authority, for whistleblowing. We're also representing our employees in EEO cases for discrimination. We're also representing them in EEO cases for failure to accommodate. We're also working with the Department of Labor, representing employees in those cases, filing workman comp claims. So we're here to stay. We have not gone anywhere, and we're not going to go anywhere.
So the union is still very busy working for all the benefits of the union members.
Yes, we are.
Perfect. And with all the noise that's been going on and the government and everything that's being implemented, what is the union doing to combat that?
Well, the union, we're still fighting. We're still fighting in the courts. We have a lot of litigations that are going on. So we're still fighting in the courts. We're exhausting every avenue that we have. Right now, under the main thing for DHA employees is our DHA Master Labor Agreement, which is on pause. It's not terminated, it's on pause. There have not been no final decision regarding our Master Labor Agreement. So we're still in the courts, and AFGE is still exhausting every avenue to keep our collective bargaining rights.
Perfect. And what new benefits will the union be offering in the near future to all their members and non-members?
Well, what we want to offer, and I think is very important, is the retirement planning, how to process your workman comps claims, how to use the online retirement application system, which is being used right now by the VA, which is managed through OPM. And I think it's very vital that we learn these things ahead of time, even though it has not hit DHA yet, but we want to be ahead of the game. And also one thing that a lot of people didn't know is you can make up to $1 million just off your TSP. I know that the planning is very important. Retirement planning is very important and is very essential for family stability.
And we commend you, right? And we feel very honored that you allow us to be able to be part of helping your union members structure and be able to understand that the faster that they learn these things, the more time they have to build up their retirement, so they won't have to work when they're retired. And that is very good, and we appreciate the opportunity. Now, will these services offered to members and non-members be free of charge to all those that are part of the union and to those that will be coming?
This would be free of charge to all our members and non-members. I want to make sure that every employee in DHA gets the understanding and learn how to plan for their retirement. I'm going to tell you a story about myself. I did a disability retirement, didn't know what I was doing, got out on medical, and then when I did my application, didn't do no planning, they denied me. So then I started attending workshops and trying to get an understanding of it, gave myself a year, and then I went back and did it, and then I was approved. So I retired under medical from the federal government and just attending the workshops, learning how to plan, what questions to ask, what answers I get back. It really prepared me, not only me, but my family. And what I liked about it is under the retirement, you could also have life insurance. So that's setting my family up if something happens to me, that they still have the stability that they need to continue their life.
Perfect. That is a perfect example. And that is so important for you to share that, because a lot of employees might be going through the same thing that you just went through, right?
Yes.
And by having the information, by having people that can help them and guide them along the way, that is going to make a huge difference.
Yes.
In regards to the time that it takes to get everything approved and how to do it correctly, maybe the first time, so they won't have to
do it again.
The whole process, right? So that is very important, and that's why we encourage everybody to come to the workshop, register, look at the flyer. We're going to be promoting the flyer. Mrs. Beasley already has a flyer. She'll be sending them out to you. But very important for you to attend this workshop by registering using the QR code that's going to be presented in the flyer. Register. You're going to be receiving a link to attend the Zoom call. It's very important for you to be able to attend that Zoom call. We're going to be talking about OPM process, FMLA, disability retirement, retirement planning, how you can reach $1 million on your TSP. So very important, either you're retired, you're pre-retiree, or you're just starting off in the federal system. We need you to be able to attend this workshop that's being organized by the president, Chevelle Beasley of Local 696. So please register. And remember, AFGE union members, we are here for you, past, present, or future. Either you are retired, a pre-retiree, or a new employee, we are here to help you. All thanks to the president, Chevelle Beasley, that's organizing this workshop. Again, Mrs. Beasley, thank you for your time. Thank you for taking the time to meet with us and being able to do this interview. Anything that you would like to share to the people that are
Yes.
watching?
What I want to share with you guys is it's very important. It's very important not only for yourself, but your family to attend these workshops so that you could get the knowledge you need, you could get the question asked, and that you can plan ahead instead of waiting till later. I hate to say that you cannot wait till later, because later may just be too late. So I wanted to bring these workshops to you all so that you can already start planning. You could already be informed. You could already ask your questions. And also, they're gonna have a university. We're gonna have a university app that you can get on, that you could go back and look at the classes. And you have to be a member of the union. So I'm asking you to join the union. We're looking at those that are already retired. When we retire, we did not have all the information that we need. We're working with the ones that are thinking about retiring. And then for our younger people, TSP is very important so that you can have the stability you need. Start saving young, so when you reach that age, you have the money and the stability that you need for you and your family. So I'm asking you to please join our workshop. It will be on Zoom virtually, okay? I know y'all gonna show up.
Thank you, Mrs. Beasley. Have a great one.
Thank you.
Everything Mrs. Beasley just shared, it's all being covered at the workshop. Free, on Zoom. Join from the comfort of your own home. March 26th, April 9th, 6 p.m. Eastern. Open to everyone, members, non-members, retirees, new employees. If you work for DHA, this was built for you. Pause the video right now. Scan the QR code on your screen. Register. It takes 30 seconds. Learn today. Retire smart.
Later may just be too late.